Happy Friday! Today is December 19th of 2025. What, 6 days to Christmas? Yay! If I can be honest, I am ready for Christmas to come and be over with. I'm just gotta be honest. I am. But good morning. How are y'all doing? How is everybody feeling? I tell you, I am just ready for Christmas to be over with and ready for normal hours to get my personal stuff taken care of. Get these holidays out the way. They're messing up my stuff right now. But I received emails and messages about the Christmas giveaway, so I want to elaborate on that. I've already done mine. I took 6 individuals with children. I took 2 single mothers, 2 single fathers, and I took 2 grandparents who are either helping with their grandchildren or they have their grandchildren. Okay? And I gave them $250 a piece. And y'all know that ain't really nothing. But that was my give back. Okay? I then asked for 4 families and hope that I could get 4 families that is going through or facing hardship, $500. And I asked you guys to nominate, whether you give or not, to just nominate some families that are going through hardship that you saw or you found that might need this assistance. And so far, so good. Of course, we all know $500 is not nothing either. Not when you're running a complete household, it's not. But it's helpful. And that's the thing. I wanted to just be a blessing on families that are going through a hardship. Those individuals that you nominate have to have a Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, or either Chime so that we can get it to them before Christmas. And if you wanted to donate, it's $ All Things Yolanda, and that's ALLTHINGZYOLANDA. $ All Things with a Z, Yolanda. And to inbox me and let me know the family, their situation. You don't have to go into detail, but just let me know what their hardship is about, or just a general summary of their story. And you can email that to yoreadmystory@gmail.com. That's yoreadmystory@gmail.com. And the deadline is Sunday, the 21st. So I do have names in. I have placed them in a jar. And so I will be pulling 4 names on the 21st and sending funds out to those people on Sunday. Okay? So if you know of anyone, please get that information to me. And hopefully, it's done in enough time. However, just to be honest and just to be real, I cannot wait until Christmas is over. Personally, I think it's because of the health situations I'm going through to where I'm rushing Christmas because you know how things are closed down and you have to wait, you know. But this year, I'm in the spirit, but I ain't in the spirit, if that makes sense to some. Always grateful, forever thankful for all the things that God has bestowed upon me and has helped me out with. As I told y'all before, I've been called to help restore faith in humanity and to be an influence and an example of kindness in this world. Okay? Every juncture pretty much of my life has prepared me for such a time as this. Okay? I believe if you see somebody in need, uplift somebody in need. For the life of me, I can't even understand why humans walk around here as if they haven't went through anything and frown upon the ones that are struggling instead of lending a helping hand, listening and finding out what the problem is and giving people solutions or lead them to the correct way of resolving their situation or problem. Bashing, talking about someone doesn't make you look good. Not if you come to me anyway. I'm going to look at you cross-sided. I might listen to everything you have to say, but in the back of my mind, I'm thinking other things about you as a person. Because you can come so freely and talk about someone in their situation, but what have you done to help that individual? That's the first thing I need to hear when someone comes to me with some buffoonery, some gossip, some chit chat. You know, I'm not with all that. I'm not here for all that. And my spirit just don't sit right in all of that. I would lose you real quick in a minute. And what I mean by that is I will then dust my shoulder off with you and continue to go on. I don't like people that look down on people. Because I was once those people and still am. I'm always a TikTok away from being homeless. Ain't nothing steady and easy over here my way. So I don't expect it to be steady and easy in anyone's way. If you're blessed, you're blessed. But what are you doing with the blessings? God doesn't bless us for us to just keep it to ourselves. Number one. You know, we can't help it. We have selfish people in this world, or people that think someone's out to try to get what they got. Baby, please. We don't roll that way over here. Never will. And really don't need your help. I just ask you to contribute to get along. If you don't want to, what did I say? Pray. Pray for all of us. I would prefer your prayers over money any day. Okay? People. Anyhow, I have been under the weather for a couple of days, so I won't be long, but I wanted to come over here because I had some inboxes of people not really understanding what they were given to. And sometimes I'm human, y'all. I don't explain things clear out, but if you don't contact me and ask me, you'll never know. So, for the ones that contacted me, let me go over what I was speaking about on the Christmas giveaway, which the deadline is Sunday the 21st. Now, I have taken 6 families. I took 2 single mothers, I took 2 single fathers, and I took 2 grandparents that have their grandkids. And I blessed them with $250. what I ask for my people are the people, because sometimes in the holidays, just like me, we have a setback and we like to give back. But people that maybe come across my video, heard, or whatever, want to contribute, I was giving you the opportunity to. But I also was giving you the opportunity to nominate people for the give back. And I wanted to take 4 families that are going through a hardship, and that $500 could pretty much help them. $500 is not nothing when you're running a household, but it's something to make a dent in your environment and in the situation that they might be going through. That's it. That's all. Either you donated, or you nominated, or you prayed. Either way, it's going to get done, with or without you. With or without your smile or your frown. With or without your opinion or your comments. It's just going to get done, okay? Because God said, be a cheerful giver. See, what I don't understand and never probably will understand, and if I can just take a moment to be human right now and for y'all to understand, and I'm very irritable about the whole situation, is I can't stand people, you human beings, who God has blessed to be in a certain position or blessed to not be in need, blessed to not face any hardships at this moment, just blessed to just be alive, doing good, living well, and you're straight. Do you not realize where those blessings of you being okay comes from? Do you think God blessed you so that you can just sit in it and soak in it and feed your ego and your lifestyle? I don't think he did. He blesses us, and he blesses us abundantly, but he also blesses us to be a blessing to others. And I can't stand for a human being, us humans, because I used to be like that. I used to look at people, well, I can't even say I was like that. I look at people and wonder, but I've always been a giver. I tell y'all, I've been called to help restore faith in humanity, to be an influence and an example of kindness in this fucking world. Every juncture of my life has prepared me for a time such as this. And I believe if you see somebody, uplift somebody. You people that go around here frowning on everybody that's in need and think they just begging, y'all are fucking crazy. Excuse my language, but it's fucking ridiculous. Have you never in your whatever years of living been through a struggle or needed a little help, or would have liked if someone just came and sporadically blessed you with something? How would it have changed your experience that you were going through in that moment? Everybody worried about, oh, you give them a little. Stop. We're not doing it in the name of us. We're doing it in the name of Jesus. So whatever games people think they playing ain't gonna work, because God's gonna make sure of it. You can get it today, lose it tomorrow. But to come on and have an opinion of, hey, we shouldn't help people, they should get jobs. Some people have jobs, just ain't making enough. Some people are going through things. I was one of those people before. I used to work dead end ass jobs, 2 and 3 jobs, just to make ends meet. Especially after my children's father passed. I never went to my family and asked for help because I was like, okay, they know the situation. If you know the situation and you see it, even if you don't know, that's the problem. People want to be nosy all in people's business. It's not your damn business to know everything. Either you're going to help or you're not. It ain't your business to elaborate on anything going on. Just nosy. Okay? If you don't want to do it, you don't want to do it. That's just it. But a prayer don't cost a damn thing. To pray for someone, to be kind to someone, to show someone the way, don't cost you nothing. You ain't coming out one nickel out your pocket. So why does it matter to you that amount that I gave is just too much? What do you want to give? Somebody 20 or $100? Sure, if that's all we had to give, that suffice. No complaint. But I know better than that because I used to be one of those people that wish someone had seen what I was going through and come rescue me a couple of times in my disparity in life. I wished. I used to be around family all the time, and everyone is always in need. There's bills every damn month, and no one ever asked, did anything. And you, God forbids if you have to go and ask somebody for something. You got to give them a whole goddamn essay of what's wrong before they tell you no, or they ain't got it, but you done spilled your whole guts out. Ain't led you to, well, call so, or ain't led you nowhere to get nothing done. All in the name of your children. My channel is a channel of what I'm going through, sharing the goodness of God, and just trying to network with people that are just like me. And if you think you better than everybody walking around here on this earth, this ain't the channel for you. Because, baby, let me tell you, I've had hardships. I've been down in the slumps. And nobody but God brought me out. And I have a big-ass family. Nobody but God. That's who I relied on. I fell into his bosom. And he helped me. Still helping me along my way. I just can't judge people for their situations because I've been there. I've been there. Thank God I'm not there anymore, but I've been there. Hell, this sickness that caught up with me in August, if I tell you, it's draining me like crazy. Don't know where. Don't know where I'm going to go. Don't know what direction it's going to be. But I'm putting my faith and I'm trusting in God because whatever happens, it's just going to happen. I'm not scared about anything. But I'd be damned if I have to pour out my soul for anybody to help me. I'm private in a sense. I feel like if you want to help, you help. I don't think giving requires you to just patronize someone or just make someone feel intimidated because they're in need. I just can't see it. I'm sorry. We need to do better as a whole. As human beings in this society, we need to do better. And I say that because I've been there, done that, and I see it. Maybe you've never been through a struggle. Maybe you have family you can call on. That ain't my story. I had parents that I couldn't rely on until later in my adulthood. And that was my father. You know? God mends things together as they're supposed to be. And so, whatever you put out, you must remember you will soon get one day. Okay? I do believe in karma. What comes around goes around. It shows within my life. The things I've done in my life without anybody even saying anything has paid forward in my life today. But neither here nor there. Didn't mean to jump off the subject. I just can't stand ignorant ass people, if you get what I'm saying. And it just touches me because it makes me go back into the way I used to feel back then. I don't know if I've mentioned before, but when I was in depression years ago, damn near almost took myself out. Snapped out for a while because I don't remember anything. But it can happen. Stress kills. Stress damages your body. And just imagine going through stuff and not having no one to call. And just be able to have someone to just listen to you. If that's all they can do. That's how I became a good listener. I give people what I didn't have. That's why I'm in the business I'm in. Because when I was taking care of my parents, I couldn't find no good help whatsoever. While I'm trying to work and take care of other people's families, I didn't have nobody to take care of mine. So I had to do it myself. If you want something done, you got to do it yourself. Which is crazy to me, but yeah. But it was a reason why I went through my stuff. Because God mended me and my parents' relationship. So it was meant for me to do and go through what I was going through and went through. I do believe that was meant. But it also taught me and it made me stronger, and it brought awareness in what the world needed. See, in my business, I get talked about all the time because I go towards the low income. People are like, Yolanda, you're crazy. You should be charging more. You should. No. That was in me to get low income families that need people taken care of while they can take care of their families, work, and have that burden or responsibility lifted off of them so they can be productive within their own lives. Because if they're productive in their own lives and things are going right and their loved ones is being taken care of, then who do you owe the thanks to? Jesus. Nobody but Jesus. Nobody. So you don't owe me no explanation on nothing. I don't want to even hear it, to be honest. I don't like people explaining anything to me about the situation they're in. I don't. It's just that if I feel and my heart is in tune to assist, then I will assist. I pray on situations, y'all. And I wait for God to answer me. And sometimes he don't answer right away. But he always gives me what I need in a sign. It always comes my way. I'm a living witness to say that. At first, I didn't understand it. Everything was new when I was coming into this, when I stopped trying to compromise with him. Because I was always trying to compromise with God. Well, Lord, if you do this, then I'll do this. And Lord, I'm just doing a little this, and it's going to be always, every compromisable position you can think of, I always try to compromise it. Every sinful tactic thing that we do here on earth, I always try to compromise with God. Wasn't thinking about repentance at all. Wasn't. But now I know humility and repentance go hand in hand. We got to humble ourselves and realize it's not you and what you learned and the things that you have. It's who gave you the strength to go through it. Who wakes you up every morning so that you can proceed your day. Who keeps you guarded. Who makes it possible for you to have what you have. And what does that man require? Go look it up. Read the word. Anyway, I know y'all didn't come on here for my babbling, but babbling it is. Okay? You know, the book of Ecclesiastes consists of poetic writings by King Solomon. He actually started off by saying that every activity under the sun has an appointed time. And in Ecclesiastes 3:2 through the 8th verse, each verse notes a characteristic activity of life matched with its opposite. I'll read it. So just as surely as something good happens, something bad can and will happen as well. Just as surely as day comes, night is sure to arrive. Just as surely as summer comes, stick around and you'll see winter soon. Okay? That's the way God ordained it. By the same token, nobody wants to suffer or be in need, but it unfortunately will happen. Nonetheless, the good news is that it won't last. In 1 Peter 1:6 it says, "In this you greatly rejoice, though now for a little while, if need be, you have been grieved by various trials." But guess what? It's only for a season. Yeah. So while we're waiting on our season of grace and favor, we have to keep in mind that whatever happens is in God's plan. God has allowed it all for a purpose. We have to learn how to accept God's timetable, and we've got to trust that He knows exactly what He's doing. In Ecclesiastes 3:9 through 11, it says, "What do people really get for all their hard work? I have seen the burden God has placed on us all, Yet God has made everything beautiful for its own time. He has planted eternity in the human heart. But even so, people cannot see the whole scope of God's work from beginning to end. They don't. Truth is, we'll never be able to understand the mind of God. Okay? Never. He is infinite in his wisdom, and our minds could never possibly understand his ways. We have no idea what God will do or how he's going to do it. We just have to trust his timing and his plan. And that's why I say we need him, because God does move in ways, but he moves through us, his people. If you can just make it through one season, you'll eventually embrace the next. And I'm a living witness to that. If you can get through the season of lack, God will shift you into a season of overflow. If you can make it through the season of sickness, God will shift you into a season of good health. If you can get through the season of silence, God will shift you into a season of revelation. But you've got to trust God through this season. Don't be discouraged. And by all means, do not despair. What you can do is recall what Paul wrote in Galatians 6 and 9. Okay? And that's, let us not grow weary while doing good. For in due season we shall reap if we do not lose heart. So no matter the season, you're in the right now. Get through it so that you can get to your due season. Understanding that there are various seasons of life, I want to know what is the most difficult to accept about a hard season. How have you handled your hard seasons in the past? And then going forward, what will you do differently when your seasons begin to change? Ecclesiastes 3:1-6 says, "For everything there is a season, a time for every activity under heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to harvest, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to tear down and a time to build up, a time to cry and a time to laugh, a time to grieve and a time to dance, a time to scatter stones and a time to gather stones, a time to embrace and a time to turn away, a time to search and a time to quit searching, a time to keep and a time to throw away." Until we meet again, y'all stay blessed. Continuously to pray and continuously to show kindness and be a blessing. God bless.